woke up at 4:30 this morning. My son's had the flu. I'm not feeling great. My heart was racing. I'm noticing that, I'm having some anxiety and just haven't given myself the time to heal.
From the premiere to when Blake Lively filed her paperwork, Justin Baldoni had been trying to send some messages in his silence before he had to fight back using all the receipts he had. Knowing Blake wouldn't give up lying to end his career, Blake Lively initially accused Justin Baldoni of kicking off a smear campaign against her, knowing full well that her past and present interviews did most of the smearing, which was enough for the public to form their own opinions. However, Justin didn't make any terrible statements about Blake before this, even on the day she sent him to the basement on his own at the premiere. Despite the challenges he had on set with Blake, Justin continued to speak well about her. So, I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role. I think there are better people for that one. Justin. I think Blake Lively is ready to direct. That's what I think. Now, knowing just how Blake challenged him on set to take over essential decisions of the project, coupled with how Justin said there are better people for the job and that Blake is ready to direct, was a big warning coming from a place of pain on how Blake tried to take over. Justin was unhappy, but still ensured he spoke positively without causing chaos among the fans, which Blake didn't care about. To better understand how this was a call of distress from Justin at the time, watch how Colleen Hoover reacted when being told, "So, I don't know if he'd be going to direct the next one, but perhaps Blake would. Is that something that you would entertain?" That eye roll is the reaction of someone who saw the drama happen on set and realized Justin was being oppressed, but still did not care, despite starting the process with him before Blake was brought on board. Funnily enough, this was when the whole cast was trying not to bring attention to what happened behind the scenes, which was strange because it was easy to tell due to the separate media and PR tours both main leads engaged in. Before Blake amended her lawsuit, Justin knew she was the type who wouldn't stop lying to keep the world against him. It was easy for her to poison his reputation with the other co-stars, and they all decided to pick Blake's side in the controversy. Justin was also probably aware of how Blake did something similar to Penn Badgley before they started dating. Nevertheless, he saw that she had people who could ruin his career, and that was why he warned us with his silence, not saying anything until Blake accused him further with more lies. However, in the amended lawsuit, Blake mentioned 2 other actresses whom Justin harassed on set but who are willing to testify at trial. The 2 women have been alleged to be Isabella Ferrer and Jenny Slate. But the insane thing about saying Isabella complained of abuse on set is baseless because Isabella, on her own, sent Justin a message after filming to thank him for making the set a safe place for her and the rest. She thanked him for giving her a fantastic platform for her first film and emphasized the safety and protection she got on set due to Justin's initiative as a director. She said, "You are such a wonderful, smart, and sincere director, and you created such a comfortable, safe space for me to feel like I could fully step into this role. I couldn't have asked for a more welcoming environment. It will stay with me for the rest of my life." Isabella would have never sent this if Justin had indeed harassed her, as Blake is trying to establish. Jenny Slate had supported Blake since the beginning, just like Colleen Hoover, but has chosen to be silent since overwhelming evidence has continued to turn up against Blake. It's also a fact that Jenny enjoyed abusing her ex-boyfriend Chris Evans up to the point where she now does the same to her friends and husband. Hit him so much. I came back from making our movie and hit some of my friends because I was so used to just hitting Chris all the time. And a couple of my friends were like, "You know what? We really don't like it." And I hit my husband. And he was like, "Nobody likes that." So, it's either Blake is lying, like she has done many times, or she has promised the actresses some favor in their careers if they decided to testify for her. Either way, it's wild that Justin feared all of these would happen and had tried to warn us by just being himself amidst the whole thing, without the public opinion supporting him. After seeing the evidence of how Blake was about to have his career fried, it's wild he would have been done for good, considering Blake was prepared to finish him in legal fees. Justin Baldoni's net worth is between $4 to $6 million. In comparison, Blake is worth $30 million, and her husband Ryan Reynolds is worth $350 million, which means they have higher financial and star power than Justin, and could easily intimidate him with that. And despite Justin being affected several times on set, he warned us again when he didn't file his lawsuit until after Blake filed the paperwork. Sadly enough, that's because he knew he couldn't afford the legal fees. Blake understood as well, And that's why they went after Justin to strip him of his net worth, after taking his movie away from him and ridiculing him at the premiere. Shockingly, Justin had a comeback with the help of his billionaire friend Steve Sarowitz, a co-founder of Wayfarer Studios who's worth about $2.5 billion, which swallows up Blake and Ryan's worth altogether. But do you know what's even more ridiculous? In Blake's amended lawsuit, she's disappointed to see Justin get a fighting chance due to his billionaire friend, because he would have been forced to settle otherwise due to the high legal fees involved. Aside from financial resources, influence is another thing Blake and Ryan have been utilizing to fight Justin, as they are well connected in Hollywood and can get any favor they want. This was another scary moment for Justin, before and after he was let go by his agent, William Morris Endeavor, in favor of Blake and Ryan, who the same company also represents. Initially, the company tried to establish that there was no bias in letting Justin go. However, the truth was soon exposed when the chief executive of the talent agency, Ari Emanuel, expressed his distaste for Justin and supported the couple instead. He said, "I mean, it is a fucked up bad situation with what Baldoni is doing. Until I fired him, I've known Ryan and Blake for over a decade. They're really incredible people in Hollywood. They have been incredibly successful. They are charitable. They've given tons of money away," Ari continued, affirming that he's a ride-or-die supporter of Blake and Ryan. Justin's lawyer, Brian Friedman, responded by saying Ari's perspective about Justin would have been different if he had met him when he was a client of his agency. This shows how much star power Blake and Ryan wield and how Justin is seen as nobody compared to them, even by the agency meant to protect his interests. And now, many of the things Justin feared would happen have continued to occur to him as Blake showed off her influence and how far she's willing to go in shamelessly twisting and adjusting stories in her favor, which the public isn't buying. From getting his talent agency to drop him due to the controversy, which is one of the things Justin has lost in this fight with Blake, he has continued to suffer other misfortunes due to Blake's influence. Justin might be gaining favor with the public, but not in Hollywood, where the majority stands behind Blake and Ryan due to their popularity and power. A week before Blake filed her lawsuit in December 2024, Justin was awarded the 2024 Vital Voices Solidarity Award, described as an awards program that honors remarkable men who have shown courage and compassion in advocating on behalf of women and girls worldwide. However, at this point, the drama had already escalated on social media as Blake's old interviews resurfaced, with many speculations about what could have happened between them on set. Still, Vital Voices awarded Justin, and it was presented by his It Ends With Us co-star Hassan Minhaj. However, on December 23, 2024, after Blake's paperwork was filed, Vital Voices publicly announced that they'd rescinded the award and informed Justin about it. This award honors men who have shown courage and compassion in advocating for women and girls, which they felt Justin deserved due to his being very vocal about feminism. But then they took it back with a statement that said, "On December 9, 2024, we recognized Justin Baldoni with this award. On Saturday, December 21st, we learned through news reports about a lawsuit brought by Blake Lively against Mr. Baldoni, his publicists, and others that is disturbing and alleges abhorrent conduct. But do you know what's crazy? Isn't just the fact that Blake and Ryan mocked Justin for being a feminist, but that in the amended lawsuit, Blake quoted Justin Baldoni's statement from a 2017 TED Talk by trying to take his feminist ideologies out of context and making him look bad. And it's not the first time Blake would diss Justin. She once did a few weeks before the release of It Ends With Us in an Instagram post that says she has a bad feeling about nice men who use feminism as a tool. And now it's not a coincidence that his feminism award was rescinded. Many cast members left and unfollowed Justin, including the book's author, Colleen Hoover, whom Justin appreciated and has been in alliance with since 2019, which felt like a huge betrayal. But what's crazy about this isn't these people who don't care about Justin, but his long-term podcast co-host, whom he lost amidst the battle. Justin hosted Man Enough alongside Liz Plank, and on December 23, 2024, Liz announced her departure from the show after 4 years. She said, "I'm writing to you today to let you know that I have had my representatives inform Wayfarer that I will no longer be co-hosting the Man Enough podcast." While at it, she also took a dig at Justin in her address to the podcast fans. "We all deserve better, and I know that together we can create it. I will have more to share soon as I continue to process everything that has happened." In the meantime, I will continue to support everyone who calls out injustice and holds the people standing in their way accountable. Despite knowing and working with Justin for many years, it was hard for him to see her walk away supporting Blake. Speaking about podcasts, many people who have worked with Justin in the past took many steps back to disassociate themselves due to Blake's influence amidst the controversy. Elizabeth Day, host of the podcast How to Fail, deleted an episode where she featured Justin to interview him about It Ends With Us. Elizabeth released a statement alongside this decision that says, I have made the decision to remove the recent How to Fail interview with Justin Baldoni from all platforms while the distressing allegations made against him in Blake Lively's recent lawsuit are fully investigated. With this and many more, Justin has lost a lot to the drama, and the most recent one appears to be financial and emotional struggles. However, Blake asked for her lawsuit to be amended because she never thought Justin would fight back with damning evidence to support his lawsuit. And even in the amended lawsuit, Blake hasn't been able to share convincing receipts to support her claims. In the instance where she initially claimed Justin launched a smear campaign on her, she switched the receipt to random Twitter screenshots of people giving their opinions to prove Justin smeared her, which is insane. Knowing just how far Blake is willing to go to destroy him,